in the theater is if there's more people in the audience, or there's more people on stage than there are in the audience, you don't have to do the show. But luckily, we're just over the fence. I think you're beating us by 1. But if anybody leaves, it's over. It's done. Now, what's your name? Yeah. Josh, get ready. Get ready for your little butt cheeks to hold the edge of that seat. Because you're going to need it. Because it's the white-hot excitement about to come out here. Not for me. I'm old news. I'm boring. I got a white-hot guest. He's also white. Hello, Elgin. How are you? One of the whitest guys I know. He's the creator of, co-creator of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Also created, co-created, he does a lot of co-created Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. He's the voice of Meatwad and Carl. Anyone who's been here for more than 5 minutes knows he's already here, so it's not like a real surprise. What's with your cables?
Oh, I got a gang of stuff. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I'm not the person he was talking about, although.
Welcome. He's not my best friend. He thinks of me as his best friend. Dave Willis. Sarah, how are you? Hello. Come out, Dave.
I wanted a bigger introduction.
Come out to those thunderous applause and entry music.
Yeah. How we doing, Richmond?
And fresh from the remake of The Warriors, Elgin David, everybody.
Warriors,
Yes.
come out and play, eh?
I pushed the table back. I feel like it's like you don't need to put like a barrier between us.
Yeah,
And these shoes were too expensive for me to hide them behind.
Those are really nice shoes.
They're upwards of $70.
Oh, really?
Look, dude, it's getting worse. I don't mean you guys are worse than you're here. I said like there's a rule in the theater that if there's more people on stage than there are in the audience, you don't have to do the show. That's a legitimate union rule.
How many do we have?
We got way more than 3.
2.
We got way more than 3.
3.
That's the problem.
What's the one that come after 3?
Can we like bring the lights down a little bit?
Yeah, right?
Or those ones up and these ones down? Like, are they? Is
Oh,
it possible?
yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Ah, that's so much
Soothing.
nice. It's Sunday, you know what I mean? We all been. Yeah, this is great. It's like a misty. We don't need the Butch Patrick lighting package. We can have the.
After a long evening of screwball shots.
We went just for the record. I don't. It was one of those like, when am I ever going to have this? When are you going to have this opportunity again? But last night, Dave and I went to Guar Bar with Guar.
Wow.
Like it's kind of a once. Some of them were from Guar. No, listen. I have no. No, we were at the non-sticky one. Yeah, but they kept getting this. There's some liquor called screwball. No, we didn't have tons. We weren't maniacs.
It's so delicious. I think I'd recommend it for children.
Yeah, it's very. It's like like Fireball. I do not like. But like how that tastes like, it kind of tastes like candy-ish, but it's like hot and spicy. This was like, what was the?
It was like, you got your peanut butter in my whiskey.
Yes, it tasted like peanut
Well,
butter.
you got your whiskey in my peanut butter.
It kind of tasted to me like this is what it is. The people who are working at Universal Studios should all be fired if they do not start shipping that in and putting it in the butterbeer.
Oh, I
Because
thought you were
it
going to
would-
say they should all be drinking it while they're operating the rides.
Yeah, well, that too, obviously. But like it would go, it tastes, it kind of, I don't know how many people have been to Universal Studios Harry Potter stuff.
It would make it so much
No,
better.
no. But I mean, like, have you been there? Have you had the butter beer? It kind of tastes like that. It's just slightly. It's weird. It was like in between for me.
Oh, I found the butterbeer cloying.
I do not like the liquid butterbeer, but I liked the frozen one because it was like not as flavorful. It's too strong.
Yeah.
But I found that screwball was like right in between for me, peanut butter and butterscotch. A lot of butter.
Have you ever had too much to drink and then the next morning you're just searing, splitting, nightmarish headache, and yet you're Googling what was in what you had to drink the night before because you want to get it again. That is the experience of a screwball. Which, by the way, I was like, surely they don't ferment peanut butter. They don't. It's It's some artificial flavoring. It's not like a cask, an oak cask that was soaked in peanut butter for 10 years.
Organic, right?
And it was said that screwball, in fact, there is an expiration date. It doesn't go bad, but after 2 years, the flavor. But I'm telling you,
yeah, it was delicious.
this was a shot where you were like, my goodness.
I do not like shots. I don't like drinking just like a shot of any kind of liquor. This was extremely easy to.
And was everyone drinking all of Guar? Were all?
Oh yeah,
everyone
no.
doing shots?
They kept bringing them over. They don't have trays, so they'd bring them in like those little like tin takeout things that they crimp the edges when you get Chinese food. That was what they were using for trays.
I almost wish that we had not. I had not looked it up because in my mind I thought Guar made this.
Yes, right.
And
Back
Guar
in the-
made this in their lab.
In the Guar factory, they're like, we're running low on screwballs, sir.
And
Mr. Five Dicks. Yes.
someone just limps up.
Yeah.
More peanut butter, sir.
Your peanut butter, sir.
And then he smears it all over his body and he jumps in the vat and just disintegrates. And that's how they make the.
But in fact,
We need 3 virgins.
as long as
20
we're
pounds
as
of
long as we're
Skippy.
doing a 1 hour extended ad on Screwball, I'll let you know that it was born in where do you think? Where do you think Screwball? It feels like a Richmond drink. Like a Richmond, like a spooky, like hoist a glass of it neat over the Hollywood Cemetery.
Yes.
No, San Diego. I'm like, it's
know-
San Diego, California is where it was
You know
made.
what makes me think it is San Diego? Because that is the stupidest name for it you could possibly think of. Does it have anything peanut in the title? Does it have anything butter in the title? No. Screwball.
Yeah, but it makes me
has
think
you
of
no,
Screwy
gives you
Squirrel.
No indication of. Yeah, but it's not screwy.
If Screwy Squirrel was like an
First off-
alcoholic.
Which, let's be honest, every cartoon character from like 1950 earlier was clearly alcoholic. Their eyes are falling out all the time, the tongue's hanging out. Bugs Bunny, massive raging alcoholic. Then they cleaned him up. Then he went sober, he found Jesus. That's what happened to all of them. Mickey Mouse, you ever see them old Mickey Mouse ones where he's like killing goats and just fucking up animals all the time and shit?
I can't think. Can you do a Bugs Bunny impersonation?
No.
An alcoholic Bugs Bunny?
Yeah, what's up? Where's my
What's up?
keys?
What's up
Where's
with
my
my
keys? I
drink,
can drive
bitch?
home.
Yeah. I'm fine driving. I'll take that left turn at Albuquerque. You don't know me. Get out of my face. I saw her first. Hey, what's a rabbit got to do to get a fucking drink in this place?
Children
Doc.
hate the show.
Yeah, that's right.
Children are not responding to
just
the
not
show, and we
connecting.
think the problem is alcohol.
But dads are loving it. How about my fucking whiskey, Doc?
Yeah,
All right,
he
Bub.
was too drunk, and then he passed out, and then Elmer Fudd just shot him. Shot him in the back of the head. What kind of cartoon is this?
Elmer Fudd's the bartender. I think you need to stop. You're cut off. Yeah, fuck your face. You don't tell me when I'm done.
Leave the bottle.
You can't dig a hole in the tile floor of the bar.
You cannot take Please stop doing.
Oh, now he's urinating.
he just. I gotta go, but he can't get through it, so he just starts shitting and urinating. Every Wednesday night. Be glad you're not here on Fridays. That's when Daffy comes in.
Could you imagine a carrot flavored, like sort of like a health liquor,
I'm sure there is one.
health whiskey,
You go to some
beet
of those
infused?
weird fucking places in like Eastern Europe. They got liquor, man. They got flavors of shit you didn't know there was a flavor of. Yeah, that's low hanging. That's like low. That just sounds extra disgusting.
Pearlie's had a Bloody Miriam, which had beet-infused vodka, which I just wasn't willing to.
I think
Yeah.
I like beets. Do you like beets?
No.
Yeah, I
No,
like
in fact,
beets.
it's like one of my earliest memories being in a hospital after tonsils taken out and beets being pushed upon me and me pushing away.
Why would they give you beets?
No, they
You had
wanted,
your
they
tonsils out.
wanted to give
your
me.
iron
Well, they
up or
wanted to
something?
reward me for after going through all that.
Let me ask
And
you a question.
nothing a 3-year-old loves more than fresh hospital beets.
Did you have your tonsils taken out in Victorian England? Is this where this happened? Give him the treat, the sweet
Open up,
beets.
open up.
Yes.
Open the tunnel up. Here comes the train. Here comes the disgusting red train.
Your candied beets. There's not enough
Oh,
iron
that
in this
assumes a
body.
lot. Candied.
Yeah, they taste
They were
just-
candied.
They're just like candy. Yeah, the screwball. I don't know why they call it that. It doesn't make any sense.
Has anyone eaten at gubar, the deviled eggs that are red?
Yeah, they're great. Listen, where I come from in Pennsylvania, we have red beet eggs. You'd hate these, but they're like old barroom food. You know, like in Atlanta, a lot of barrooms
Like a
have
pickled
those,
egg, like a little.
the red hots
Yeah,
in
the
the back
pickled
that are
eggs,
like a
pickled
sausage,
sausage,
pickled
yeah.
sausage, and they always have. And you can make them. They're very. I always make them. You take your hard-boiled egg. You put it in a jar.
Wait, can I go back? You said in Atlanta, they've all got these. Like, you think that all the bars in Atlanta are like the Boar's Nest from Dukes of Hazzard?
Hell.
like they're all like some like gas station situation. Like we have
Excuse me,
nice little
excuse
dress
me.
up.
Aren't they? I've been to the yacht club.
Well, hell, I
5-star.
can't find my egg tongs. We'll
Well,
just
I'm
go in
saying,
there.
Oh, yeah. They also have them in Philadelphia.
How
It's
many
like-
you want now?
It's a very hospitable thing to have pickled meats and things behind the bar room that you can keep there for a long time. But you take the hard-boiled eggs. Sorry, you guys came in during this. Talk about making hard pickled eggs. Wow, what a thrilling panel I walked into. They were
Yeah.
telling pickled egg recipes.
And the etiquette of
I
egg
think he doesn't know he walked into a panel. He's still looking at his phone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He's doing the
DJ.
next-
Thought he was in the hallway.
Smash.
We're not Butch Patrick. I don't want to disappoint you too much, but Yvonne DeCaro was a bitch. Anything else? You take the eggs. I'm not getting off this. Take the hard-boiled eggs, you throw them in a jar. Then you put white vinegar. You put some sliced onions. And then you put a couple cans of beets. That's it.
That's
then
what
you
turns
let
them
it
red?
sit there for like whatever you want. A day or a year.
And that's how you get the rats to come out
They don't
from
go
the
back. Now,
walls.
you seal the jar. Put the lid on the jar. Will, that's very important. You put the lid on the jar. And you know they're good when you bite into it, because they're like the color of your hair almost, but like a little purpler. In a nurturing, caring way. Don't twist my words. How dare you? What was your name? Josh? Classic Josh move. Laughing at something that was not even insulting. But they're a little purpler, but you can tell, like, when you bite in how long they've ruminated, because the purple, how far into the white it has colored.
You count the rings.
Yeah. It's like a fade in. And if it's real deep, you got a good one.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds kind of gross.
No, well, do you
Pickled
like
eggs.
beets? Here's the thing. Even if you don't like beets, still give them a try. They're like you liked those eggs last night, right?
Yeah, I like the eggs. I don't like beets.
No, I
Stop
get it.
pushing them on
I'm
me.
not pushing beets on you.
So it's like this is all
getting
about me
PTSD
eating
about the
better.
beets.
No, I'm saying those were pickled eggs.
Yeah,
So if you like the flavor of it,
but they were also.
they're
I
red
mean,
beet
they were
eggs.
also. Yeah, but they were colored for like the sort of evil.
No.
I don't know if
No, they take red beet eggs. They had red beet deviled eggs, which is like double. That's the guar spin.
Yeah, the color
Yeah.
of blood. Maybe
So, like,
they're
they make-
eyeballs,
they
but they're
made
not.
the red beet eggs like I was talking about. But then they cut them in half and make delicious deviled eggs out of them.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
Did you get the duck nuggets? Did you
I
guys
did not
eat
have
the
them this
duck
time.
nuggets?
I had them
they
last
have
time we went.
they have duck nugget, not chicken nuggets, duck nuggets.
They have a lot of different things on the. What else is weird that's on the menu there?
Well,
Duck
the
nuggets,
weirdest
deviled
thing is
eggs.
at the guar bar. You know, these guys are all about guts and penises and blood and severed heads and shit.
That's on the
and then
menu?
you go to then on their menu though, it's like 65% purely vegan food, which you would not guess. Like while you're sitting under a table that has hanging above it like fake intestines, as if someone's been eviscerated above you. But they're like, that's a quinoa bowl with some pure.
Organic kale.
With eyeballs. They're not eyeballs. They're made of Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, right.
Sort of a Brussels sprout with just a slight staining
Carve out
of
and
beet
put a black
juice.
olive in the middle for
Yes,
the pupil.
yes.
Was that your first time at Guar Bar? Because I went
No,
there for
we
the first
went
time the
last
other,
time.
like the day before.
We went last time when we were here with Dino.
Okay.
Dino Stamatopoulos, God bless his soul. He had like every day, like I don't even know how he did it. We get here at noon. Every day he would spend hours before noon just going to like every bar in Richmond.
Wow.
Not like a tour guide, like, I just need some vodka. It's 9 a.m. Who's open first? But we had sort of this amazing, I remember it must have been Sunday night. But he's like, all right, let me just show you all the places I've been going. And that he also had, at that point, established relationships with everyone who worked there. Like we went to that, I can't remember the name of it, but that one place that was like a black couple owned it. They had retired and opened this bar restaurant. It looked like it was closed from the outside until Dino knocks on the door. They're like, hey, Dino, come on in, baby. They're like, we were just sitting here with our friends, the Campbells, who are like the other couple who were their friends. Like, we just love, it's like our little hangout now. This was their bucket list dream, retirement dream. Had amazing, they were excellent wings.
And mussels.
Yes.
Very good mussels.
And the place was like, I mean, it seemed like it had maybe 5 tables and a bar.
They reopened the kitchen for us.
Yeah.
Wow.
No. They didn't reopen it for us. They reopened it for Dino, who barely eats food, although he is a super foodie. Yeah, but we went there. We went to Rappahannock.
He eats, he drinks potatoes.
He
doesn't quite eat them.
He ingests a lot of potatoes in their more refined form. Yeah, but then we ended at Guar Bar.
Yeah.
Because, it's always like a Dino thing that he loves duck. It's like his favorite protein. He cooks duck ragu all the time, and he does that thing where, like, you just have a pot on the stove for, like, days and days, and you keep throwing stuff in it, and it's, yeah, you two know what I'm talking about. That you're riddled with bacteria. You're like, yes, that's how it goes. But he'll always, like, send pictures like, the beast has got another feeding today, and he'll pour more shit in it.
Wow.
But when he heard about those duck nuggets, that's why I sent him the picture when I went to Pearlie's the other day, because they have duck and potato pierogies.
That sounds delicious.
They were delicious. They were absolutely.
I love a good pierogi.
Can I be honest, Will? They were delicious.
Has
I
anyone
don't
here
even
ever
know why
been?
you're sitting here, why you're not running over and getting them?
Has anyone here ever been to
Pearlie's.
the Jefferson?
Yeah, it's like
That hotel,
It's
the Jefferson?
4 blocks from here. It's great. It's only open from 9 to 3. They do breakfast, but also
I want to get us off duck. I don't
I'm
want
not
to take a.
talking about
I
duck
want to take a
real quick.
hard right
I
turn.
just want to
But
say one. Oh, hold on. Put a pin in it for 1 second. I don't know why you're a breakfast place. All you serve is breakfast and lunch, and you have the audacity to only open at 9 a.m. Why don't you open at 6? Let the early birds get their worm. We went at 9 o'clock. We were there at 9:01. 40-minute wait.
Wow.
Go fuck yourself. That's what that is. Open at 6. Give me a shot. Put me in, coach. All right. Jefferson.
The Jefferson.
Not the, we're moving on up.
Oh, George.
To the sky. Have you
met-
been? Did you go in the
No,
hotel?
but I met a lady, I think in Des Moines, whose dad was the white guy in the Jeffersons. Who you remember? Like, there was like
Tom
there was
Willis?
the Jeffersons. Yeah, Willis.
No, or is that was Roxy Roker's husband?
It was the
or
guy
was
who
it
was
the-
married
the-
to the
the-
black lady. So Sherman Hemsley would have like, all right, cracker. And he was like, oh, George.
No, there was the
He was
guy
like
that,
the whitest guy in the universe.
No, there was another guy that sort of was about the size of Frankenstein, kind of a real tall
Well, there were.
mustache.
He was like, they were their friends. There was the other couple that was their friends, the interracial couple. Then there was also the bellman,
all right.
who was
yeah.
always like, hello, Mr. J. He was like kind of English, but
But so no, not many people
Tom.
have been to that hotel. That's the most stunning, most unbelievable
Thomas
hotel
Willis.
I think I've ever seen. Maybe I've been all over the world. That place is a treasure, unbelievable.
what he's saying is,
Leave here
What are you
now
doing
and
in
go
this
there.
Go to the Jefferson.
And just take a walk through that hotel. It's they said they had live alligators for 50 years in the fountains.
What?
Yes, and now they have like surprisingly lifelike statues of alligators where Lisa was like, huh? like briefly, like coming out of a fountain. I mean, it's got a clock tower. It's the staircase is based on or Gone with the Wind staircase was shot there or based on that or something. It's just bananas.
I think next time we should have Mike put us up there.
Oh my God! And you know, like Elvis and F. Scott Fitzgerald, all these people would stay there,
Was it
and it
built-
wasn't even that expensive. It wasn't that expensive to stay there. I'll be like,
I bet it's a lot more than the flea bag we're staying at. The old $49 a night roadway inn. That sounds like.
Can we have some towel? Can we have some fresh towels up here? No.
Though, how many times did you use them? Only twice. Those are fresh.
See
Those are
if,
the freshest towels in the building.
See if you can dry off with the toilet tissue. There's a few rolls
You
in
got
there.
a hair dryer, don't you, Einstein? No? You didn't bring one? You didn't get our upon arrival email, apparently. That reminds me of that place. When we went on tour, Dino and other people, we took a little mini tour for this show he did. But we stayed at that place in Memphis. I think it's called the Drake.
No, the
I
I
said
know
the
what you're
right.
talking about. I'm blanking on the name, but
Every
yes.
day, you would think that Jesus and the Queen of England making out naked were walking down the aisle of this hotel. But all it was they have this guy who's the duck master.
Back
They
to
have-
ducks.
back to
He's
ducks.
bringing it back to ducks. I knew it. I knew he was going to do it.
Snide for the win. And the guy, they bring that, so there's some kind of cage on the roof. And then every day, these ducks at like noon or 10 in the morning or whatever, go into the elevator, go from the top all the way down to the bottom. There's a fountain in the middle of the lobby of the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
The guy and I mean, everyone in the hotel. It's the smartest thing. Everyone's there. The bar is open. You see all these people at 10 in the morning, like, buying mimosas, spending.
And then
And they're outrageously expensive. And all these fucking ducks do is walk, jump into the fountain, and then they just sit there and shit all day.
at 5:02,
5:02, same thing.
he picks them off one by one by one in the lobby.
And by 5:30, the freshest duck you've ever eaten in that hotel's restaurant.
And the next day at noon, they just are able to
Brand
round up some new ducks.
I think they have something like that in Orlando, too. That
Oh,
they
I'm
did it-
sure.
Like the
I
same
wonder if
thing.
it's the same
the duck
hotel
walk.
that's like
Probably.
their-
It's like their thing.
I mean, we were taking pictures like, this is fucking insane, but also genius. I said, you've never been in a hotel. that this many people were in the lobby anticipating anything. Like maybe when Armageddon happens, that's the only, like it was crazy. And they're selling drinks hand over fist and snacks. It's like 10:30 in the morning.
It's called the Peabody in
The
Memphis.
Peabody.
There you go, the Peabody.
Yeah.
Yep.
The day I was there, or the day I went down to see it, the honorary duck master was Mrs. Melissa Manchester.
Oh, this is serious. This guy's all dressed up. He got a,
You know
whole
what?
red, a red outfit.
It's like full regalia. Like it's a whole ceremony. Like he's got the little, you know, the
he has
the
like a
stampy
baton or
stick,
whatever.
And he's like, please welcome the ducks. Like, all right.
Melissa Manchester was there?
Yeah, because they were in town. There was a Broadway show. I can't remember what it was now.
The Pirates of Penzance?
No. Something like
That sounds like something that would be
some
playing
like shitty,
in Memphis.
like, you know, like Mamma Mia or something. was,
Starring
like,
Melissa
in town,
Manchester.
Starring Melissa Manchester. yeah.
Melissa Manchester was my first concert ever. Toys for Tots. I went with my mother, Melissa Manchester, Village People, and Dr. Hook.
Wow.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
When you're in love with the beautiful mom.
You know what my first concert was? I took a long time before I went to a concert. I went with my friend Cynthia Gomez. Get ready for this lineup. Tone Loc,
Nice.
Paula Abdul, Paula Abdul, Tone Loc, MC Hammer,
Wow.
and most importantly, Milli Vanilli.
Get out of here.
Yeah, the MTV concert tour hosted by Downtown Julie Brown.
Wow.
Yeah,
Where was this?
it was in Las Vegas.
Oh, my
at
goodness.
the Thomas and Mack Center. I had done.
Were you like, did someone, like the Toys for Tots, I was brought unwillingly because my mom couldn't find a sitter. But was yours like something where you're like, Mom, I've got to go see Tone Loc?
I had done something for like a fake, because I used to do like little performance things and stuff, and I had done something for this guy, Dennis Frinfrock, who you might know because he was the athletic director of UNLV for a long time when at the height of Jerry Tarkanian and stuff.
Right.
Anyway, I did something for him, and he was like, here's 2 tickets to the MTV concert tour. So we not only did I go with my friend Cynthia Gomez, but we got to sit in his private booth, like, you know, on like that level with the glass, and there's just like 85 pounds of nachos and hot dogs and all that stuff. That good, huh? All right, they walked right out. Anyway. They know what they like. Listen, don't begrudge somebody for knowing what.
How was Tone Loc? He made me laugh at that age.
This is all I remember. All I remember about Tone Loc was that Downtown Julie Brown came out, and she's like, I just saw Tone Loc in the dressing room. That's all she did.
Wow.
That was it. And then he came out and did his,
Do the wild thing.
now, to tell you how much of a nerd I was more excited because they had recently opened up, they had redone the Kitchen Cabaret in Epcot in the Land Pavilion, and Tone Loc did the voice of the food rapper because it was now renamed to Food Rocks. And it was actually him.
Wait. The food rapper.
Like the nutrition, you know?
Oh, like the rapper
It was
around
literally
a
like
food?
the nutritional rapper that's like, you got 13 grams of carbs.
So even though they had that, like, it's so obvious food rapper, they bring in a rapper and they change it to Food Rocks?
The name of the show was Food Rocks. It was Kitchen
Okay.
Cabaret, and then to update it and make it seem cool and fresh, which Epcot is always very successful at, they changed it to Food Rocks and had like rock and rolly versions of like, we're the dairy group and we like to make the cheese. Momo, hello. I think you left your business card and your book on my table, but it's still there. Somebody Wynn. Debbie Wynn. Did you leave a business card of Debbie Wynn? Okay, well, come by later. It's still there. Anyway, Yeah. It's terrible. They had a thing that was like a cute little show, and then they changed it to Food Rocks, and it was like, it was so bad it wasn't even good in the bad way.
But how long? I mean, like, how many years before they update the voices with more contemporary? Because at a certain point, Tone Loc fell out of the national conversation.
I think it was about
Like,
15 minutes after he had.
Like
his
they didn't
wild
bring
thing.
an Ice Cube or anything.
No.
Like,
Hey, fuck you. You're not eating your vegetables,
bap, bap, bap,
motherfucker. Eat some carrots, bitch.
or I'll shoot you.
Okay, all right. I guess we're gonna watch our nutritional intake.
All right. How far before like the Milli Vanilli debacle was this concert that you saw?
I mean, I don't really remember, but I mean, we watched them, and
Okay.
the thing is, like, they weren't that popular.
Did
for
they
that
leave
long.
mid-concert, or did they come on a little late?
No, they did the whole thing.
Because they got
actually-
called out during a Club MTV performance when their tape was skipping. So
I do not remember.
We have some young
that
people in the
happened.
audience that might not know who Milli Vanilli is, but they won a Grammy for Best New Artist, and then it was revealed that they never performed any of the music.
They
And
lip-synced.
and live, they would just lip sync.
They were like these two German black guys who had very long, like, they were very unique looking,
Yeah.
but they kind of looked like twins,
And
but
did-
they were not
And
twins.
didn't one of them like commit suicide
yeah,
recently?
it was Robin Fab, and I believe I forget which one.
This is why you're here, by the way.
Oh, this is one. Yeah.
You-
Well,
but-
I remember VH1 Behind the Music. Remember that?
But I mean, Rob and but I mean,
But there-
don't
there
don't
Robin
commit
Fab,
suicide.
that
Just
was her name.
Robin
you know,
Fab,
melt the Grammy down. You know, change your hairstyle.
Yeah.
Don't go by Fab. Just change your name to Bill or Jeremy or whatever.
Well, then they tried to sing, and they went to vocal coaching, and they tried to actually sing the songs, and they went on live, like showing people, all right, we're actually trying, and it was a tremendous fail on their behalf, and then the public just turned on them.
I mean, the thing is, like, it's not even really their fault. Like, let's just imagine they were both from, like, Germany.
Yeah.
So you're just, like, walking down the streets in
It-
Dusseldorf. and
It
some
is
guy's
their
like, "Ugh,"
it is their fault. Come on.
to a point. But think about this.
Absolutely. They bought the ticket. They get the ride.
Well, they
But-
knew, they knew what
but-
they were getting themselves into.
But here's what I want to say. All right, so Harvey
not-
Weinstein
you're-
is in jail for raping people and jerking off in plants and stuff, right? How about all those motherfuckers who were his agents and everything, who sent people to his room who had to know? There's no question. You send Dana Snyder over, all right, they're going to have a meeting. You send 17-year-old whatever, Rose McGowan. It ain't the same meeting.
yeah, definitely not the
All right,
same.
he wants
But
plants in the room.
I'm
He
going to
wants-
argue that I don't think it's fair for you to compare Milli Vanilli to Hitler.
Both German. I'm just saying, let's start at the base. Let's go from A to Z and see where we end up. They are both German.
It's so crazy though, because
mean-
everyone lip syncs now.
But like those guys, here's the thing. Those guys didn't wake up one day and say, let's make some music, release it, and then lip sync to it. No, there was some fucking German producer who goes, ach, you guys look great. I'm going to make you superstars. You're going to be the next Siegfried and Roy. And they're like, what do we have to do? Just dance around, make your little braids, move in the wind. You're going to be perfect. You're going to be beautiful. We're going to do it all. I don't know why Wolfgang Puck was their producer, but live, love, life. We can make the schnitzel. And then, like, there's a certain point, at like this point, you could say this has to stop. But probably at this point, you're getting your first sizable check. You've done your first Dusseldorf mall appearance, and people are screaming and loving you. And like they're probably also, we're really singing under. We're lip syncing, but we are singing under. They just have the mics off.
Let's not sane wash Milli Vanilli.
I'm
You
just
are-
saying, yes, what they did was wrong. However, there were people behind
There was a machine
them
behind it,
that
for
were
sure.
also wrong. and we all know how
There
clean,
were plenty
and,
of
clean
hard-
and upstanding the music business is.
Hardworking. There were plenty of hardworking singers, songwriter, musicians doing really long, vigorous mall shows.
Well, and how about this?
What about the Tiffany's of the world? The
yeah,
talented Tiffany's of the world who would play a full set of music she wrote and she performed in front of the Athlete's Foot
In
and
between
the Chick-fil-A
Athlete's
and the
Foot
Julius
and
Orange.
and the Tinder Box on the underside.
Yeah,
The
Tiffany
Orange
and New
Julius right
Kids.
behind them.
They toured together.
The Pepperidge Farm. You could smell the summer sausage
He
coming out of
and Milli and Vanilli just completely just took a gigantic shit all over the hard work of these mall musicians.
Yeah, and they paved the way, just being paid with Orange Julius.
Here's
And
something nobody talks about. Who are the two assholes who actually sang it? No one knows.
it's like a whole
like in
nother.
reality, they should just like, all right, I guess we're stepping in now, and it's like two guys who look like us. Blame it on the rain.
Well,
Like it's just not the same.
Meatloaf and Bruce Springsteen.
Meatloaf and Bruce Springsteen. Yes.
Blame it on the rain.
It's a good song. It speaks to people.
Gene Simmons. Blame it on the rain.
Blame it on the Gene. Gene Simmons likes this song. He only refers to himself in third person. In case there was any 1% left in any of you that
Can I
still
tell you about the
like Gene
time that
Simmons?
Gene Simmons came to Adult Swim? All right.
High
I came
Heights.
to work very early, which was rare. So
Bye bye.
you want to hear this? I'm telling you, you want to. Well, he doesn't want to hear it. But I came to work like early. I was like there right at 9, and if you know anything about Adult Swim, you know that no one else is
You were
in
the
the
only
building.
one in the
Yeah.
building.
But I noticed that Lazo was down the hall talking to somebody, and I had to knock out something that was. So I'm working on my laptop, and just had a peripheral vision. First off, I just feel just a cold wind just burst through my soul. It was like, oh my
Like in
God.
horror movies when there's a ghost, like, it's 10 degrees colder right here.
The
Yeah,
hairs are
like
standing
why am
up
I
on
seeing
my
my
neck.
own breath? It's in my, and just from a peripheral vision, I see fast movement, trench coat flying behind him.
Was it moving like in the movie
Almost.
when there's like some spiritual force that's
But it was so bizarre that I ran to the door, flew open the sash, and looked
tore open the shutters?
looked down the hall to see who had passed, and I did see like jet black, like looked like a Halloween wig, fright wig, but jet black, like never like. It absorbed all light, like no child has
like
ever
that-
been born
that, like,
with
blue
hair
black,
this
that-
black. And but I instantly, and I did not see like dragon boots, or there was not like a giant tongue hanging out. Like there was no reason for me to think that this was Gene Simmons, but I instantly etched in my soul was like, that was Gene Simmons. So I ran down the hall to Lazo's office and I said, was that? And he was like, Gene Simmons, yes. He came here to talk to me about Kiss branded cologne that was being premiered at Macy's. And he wanted to do a Kiss Babies cartoon.
Like Muppet Babies, but Kiss.
Yes, but heroic. Somehow the babies are heroic.
Well, sure. I went to San Diego Comic-Con. I'm sure we were there together. But strangely, I brought my wife's youngest sister. She had never been to Comic-Con. And I was like, oh, we'll go down. We'll take the train. And we were going to only be there for the day. And then we got down there and like, we can't. The train going back, like it's stupid. It leaves at like 4:15 is the last train leaving San Diego. So like, all right, let's stay the night. So we got a hotel room or something. But the next morning, we were like walking up the stairs of the Comic-Con, And Jean Simmons is right there. My wife's she has 3 sisters. The 3 younger sisters, Amanda's the youngest. They're all like always starstruck. They see anybody. We were walking up the steps of the wedding cake in Rome. My sister-in-law, Michelle, I've been around the world with her. Been everywhere. She sees Jim Gaffigan. She's climbing over people to get over. She's like, what's his name? I'm like, you don't even know his name. What do you give a shit? She's like, it's him. I'm like, all right. Like the Catholic comedian who does Hot Pocket shit. Okay, let's step all over everybody and maybe break our neck or crack our ankle. Then we're going to be stuck here for an extra 4 weeks while you recuperate. Amanda we're walking up the steps into the San Diego Comic-Con hall, and Jean Simmons is outside in his weird, like, polyester / aluminum foil suit. His hair is that weird, like, it looks like the murder face from Megalopolis hair. Like a jet black, like
a jet black mushroom.
Sucking, yes. He looks like, basically his silhouette looks like the mushrooms from Mario Brothers. Those little sideway guys.
Goombas, yeah.
Super Mario Brothers. But it's so dark, it's like sucking the light out. It's like negative light. It's sucking the light from other. My sister's like, I got to get my picture with him. I'm like, and I kind of knew this about him. I'm like, good luck. And she just runs up to him. And now, probably at this point, I don't know, maybe she's like 22 or 23, you know.
Oh, that's a perfect age for Jean Simmons.
Prime, the best, the perfect storm of getting your picture with Jean Simmons, this is how it has to happen. Like, if I would have run, I'd be like, fuck off. Jean Simmons says, fuck off. Go fuck yourself. But she was, could I please get my picture with you? He goes, Jean Simmons will allow one for a pretty lady.
Gene Simmons has cleared off a space on his lap for you.
And they're walking. It's still mid-walk. He goes, I will not stop walking. He tells her this. Gene Simmons will allow a picture for a pretty lady. I will not stop walking. They're going up the stairs, and she's going like, okay. She's got 2. And he's just like, the thing is, if you took his hair off, I feel like, because he's just an old Jewish guy from New York. If you took that hair off, he just looked like Joe Franklin.
And his 3-foot dragon boots.
Yes. Ridiculous.
Another friend of mine went to his house to hear the pitch for Kiss Babies. Matt Harrigan did. And he was like, I felt that same cold wind blow through my soul.
In his own house.
Because I'm ringing the doorbell.
Is there a draft?
He's like, I'm ringing the doorbell, and then all of a sudden, I look in the woods beside me, a lone figure emerges, wrapped with bandages from cosmetic surgery.
Talk about Kiss Babies. I think it's got a lot of heat. It's about us, we're babies. We're very noble characters.
But he told me, he said, so Gene lets him in, and the entire foyer is just every bit of Kiss memorabilia that has ever been crafted, every T-shirt, the Kiss cereal, everything in glass columns. Like, it's like if you lived in a Hard Rock Cafe. Like, but a bad one.
A Kiss Rock Cafe.
Kiss Museum.
Like the one in Jacksonville.
That couldn't get any other shit.
The Des Moines Hard Rock.
The one that bought out Peter Criss's house when he went bankrupt. Well, we got a lot of Kiss shit.
And he basically said, I know you're going to want to spend some time over here. He's like, my office is on the other side of this memorabilia hall. I'll meet you in about an hour.
Wow. Okay.
He was basically like, I killed as much time as I could looking at Kiss shit that was in the living room.
I have a question I want to ask you, because I went to, MC Chris. Does anybody know who that is? Everybody know? Okay. Yeah. So his son goes to the same school my daughter goes. They both are in elementary school. They're like 1 year apart. But frequently, like maybe once or twice a week, or once or every 1 or 2 weeks, we'll go to breakfast, right? And we had this conversation, And I was shocked that Chris, so I said, like, if you had stupid money, like, money like Jean Simmons money, like, I don't know that I wouldn't have, like, artifacts of Aqua Teen in the front of my house displayed in a beautiful, expensive way. I don't think I would tell people, I'll see you in an hour. That's like that, because I was like, well, I get it. Like, these are things, and I wouldn't want to look at them and stuff. Like, maybe I'd put them in a back room. But I asked Chris, I said, like, if you just had, like, if you
were at the level that Kiss is, where, yes, you can get like an Aqua Teen coffin to be buried in.
Yeah. Aqua Teen condoms.
Or if there was an Aqua Teen cereal.
Yes.
Still no.
But my question is, that's
no.
not
I mean,
question.
I have like all of our Aqua Teen crap in this weird crawl space that my wife is like, I really want the Christmas decorations there. Like, I want to be able to access the Christmas decorations.
But imagine you had stupid money, so you're living in like a 150,000 square foot mansion where you got a room, whatever she wants. There is a Christmas storage room with a person who just lives in it, who's like, hello, Miss Willis. I was just putting the wreaths back away. I was just reorganizing the wreath and relighting the reindeer for the front lawn. Thank you, George. Would you?
Are you assuming that George Lowe lives with me and organizes?
Lisa. Thank you for keeping me employed. Space Ghost.
Mr. Beefy.
Mr. Beefy.
No. I asked Chris, I said, if you had, like, let's talk about, like, just stupid money. Like, money that you could just buy anything, you just didn't have to worry about it. I said, wouldn't you have, like, he goes, like a room in my house that looks like the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon? He goes, no. Because if I had a house, I just want it to be plain, quiet. I don't want a lot of shit in there. I said, but I'm talking like, you have $1 billion. He goes, no, I don't want a big house. I want like I've got me and my son. That's all I need. I said, because I'd have like ape shit crazy rooms. Like, fuck off Elvis. Jungle room? You wish. Here's a jungle room. Live monkeys, right? Like everything. I would be.
Monkeys tearing your face off.
Well, I can tell you this.
You cannot enter the jungle room because the monkeys are angry and they will rip your
You have to
face
sign a waiver before.
Do
straight
not
from
go
your
in
skull.
The jungle room. Yeah,
The jungle room was a great idea. We can't even access. We can't even get the alcohol out of there because the monkeys immediately attack.
They're just drinking screwball.
We're going to.
Turns out they love screwball.
We're going to fumigate the room. Hope that knocks out the monkeys. Actually, we found that it's made some of the monkeys angrier
And smarter. All we could do is turn the fire sprinklers on once a day to wash the feces out.
The house is uninsurable because
Which just
because of your jungle room.
It sounded like a good idea at the time. I hired this guy. He's great at ideas. He produced Milli Vanilli. He's still doing stuff. He's building stuff in houses now. He's great. He's an interior decorator. I would be, not saying I would get rich and divorce my wife. If I suddenly fell into like $300 million or a billionaire, I would be single tomorrow. Because the second I'm like, and this is going to be the jungle room, my wife's like, I've had it. You're done. We were hanging on. You needed my support. Get lost. Take a long walk off a short pier. We are done. Let's play building and loan. Leave this building and leave me alone. Get out.
But at that point, if you already got the crazy house, why couldn't you guys just divide the house with some duct tape and
Here's
just
your
sort of
house.
like,
Here's your side of the house.
I'll take the jungle room side.
that's
Yes,
the jungle room.
yes, the chimpanzees shriek
Yes.
into the night, but I'll take the hit. I'll live on that side of the
Just
house.
imagine this. Yes. Good night, baby. Have a great night too. I love you. What are we gonna do tomorrow? Just like nonstop screech. I don't know. I was thinking maybe I gotta go to Joanne Fabric and yeah. I know, but we don't need to go tomorrow, do we? I was thinking maybe the week. Well, it's always it's so crowded on the. Oh, and your mother's coming. All right. Goodbye, Momo. Amari, right? Amari / Momo. Okay, I remembered. I do think you left the card on my table. Yeah. It's there now. It's sitting there now. From someone called Debbie Wynn.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So you want to live in a Richie Rich fantasy?
Yeah. But here's the thing.
He had a McDonald's in his house.
Here's the point of it. I never will. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and be some billionaire unless I trip down the escalator
It could happen.
in this convention hall and I sue the city of Richmond for $1 billion and I win. Because I got that. No. And you really won't after the lawsuit happens. I'm going to get Judge Judy to be the. Oh, I thought you were asking a question. Then he just slow floated right by that mic. By the way, any questions? A forest of hands.
Let's see, we got about, 5 minutes left here? Something like that?
You get all the time in the world.
All right.
Would you have a Scrooge McDuck room?
No.
I wouldn't either. Money is very, very dirty. There's a
no,
lot
I
of
won't touch
bacteria
it.
like swimming in the
Listen,
money.
I
All
don't think he'd be able
Bitcoin.
to swim and dive into it like he does in the cartoons. He'd probably break a neck.
I think if
For me to have that kind of money, like, I mean, you'd have to turn everything into pennies and ones. It had to be pennies and
I
ones.
think the honest thing is, honestly, if I was a billionaire, like number one, like here's your check for $1 billion, City of Richmond, to Dana Snyder, here's your $1 billion check, private plane. Big plane. That I can bring like 50 of my friends. And I'm like, guess what, assholes? Go to Tokyo tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yeah. Just get your bag. Don't even pack. I'm buying everybody clothes when we get there. You can go buy weird, crazy fucking Japanese clothes when we show up. Because don't be late.
That would be great for a while. But after a while, I could see a situation where Dana wants to go to Tokyo again tomorrow, and he wants to go, and he wants to go to Epcot, Tokyo, and Lisa would be like, "Tell him no, tell him no."
Lisa, hey, Lisa, Dave didn't get back to me. I thought I'd call you because I didn't hear back from him. You guys up?
Tell
you
him
ready?
no. Tell him no.
I'm sending it over. It's gonna
Plane's
be there in the
outside.
morning.
Well, we have there's something going on with the kids, and I'd love to go halfway around the world, and yeah, we have a
No, the kids will
dental
love it.
appointment. I can't get
There's
out
literally nothing I can't buy you for whatever excuse you have. Yeah, that'd get the plane. All right, sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Wait, Josh, right?
Yeah, you already know me.
Thank God. Okay.
So, what's your favorite American scandal and why?
Fatty Arbuckle. Because turns out it maybe wasn't true.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, no.
I mean, that's way before everyone's time here. You're the only person
why I
that
can-
really
that's why I
knows
can
the
call it out,
details.
because I'm not going to get me
I know
too'd
the
for
name,
saying
but
it.
I just don't know what happened. Like he had sex with an underage woman, or
It's like the Charlie Chaplin thing. Yeah, it was basically a Roman Polanski, but in the 20s. Yeah, some kind of Hollywood party with the biggest, fattest, most disgustingest comedian.
It was like the 1920s Diddy party.
It was like if John Panette had.
I mean, what if we revealed ourselves to be just nuts up here, like with the moon landing?
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
That's for the Christy Swanson panel.
It was Stanley Kubrick did all that. Yeah.
You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
And then all the lenses the government made him, he used in Barry Lyndon. That's how he got because all that thing was naturally lit with candles.
Uh-huh.
He used the lenses that they made for him for the moon landing.
I'm fascinated.
I'm 100% true.
Barry
Finally, some gentlemen come in this place.
Barry Lyndon is the name
oh,
you
yeah,
say when you.
classing it up a little bit. Thank you.
We did 10 minutes on screwballs.
Oh, you missed it. My one beef about Screwball is, why do they call it Screwball? It gives you Fireball. I know maybe it's going to be spicy. Screwball has no indication in the name of what it's going to be like. It should be like buttery or peanut face or something. You'd have a lot of fun with that. And those lazy San Diego distillers just called it screwball. Dave was projecting because like screwy squirrel. And then we also, I'm just
Or I thought you
mentioning
guys, for a second, I thought you guys made it. I had to Google it.
he had a great
Maybe it was just
idea. You were
fermented
making it at the warehouse, like
fermented
we were like,
screws.
You find a fan, you cover in peanut butter, and just put them in a vat, and they dissolve, and that's what turns into the liquor.
Yes.
We also said that every cartoon character prior to 1950, their character was just that they were a raging alcoholic. You just never saw them drink. So it's like Mickey Mouse killing
You guys
the
missed
ghosts.
some good stuff.
Yeah, playing music in the cow's teeth like a xylophone.
We can't go
Just
back.
drunk.
We can't go back.
Your question.
Yeah. Back to the merch room. Would you have a big book of the Bible?
You dare question the mighty Jimmy?
You dare!
I have that autograph. You signed it too.
I wasn't there. That was my Milli Vanilli. I have lip syncing signature autograph people. They put heavy prosthetics, and then today I said him he's dressing up as the Terrifier. Don't believe that's not the real guy.
The
Yes. I
Terrifier
would
is
have
selling
it.
Bibles?
Anything they'd make, if I was a squillionaire, everything they'd make, I'd make a museum to myself. I would have a historic colonial Williamsburg of like my town in Easton where I grew up with reenactors from 1973 when I was born. Like, I hear there's a beautiful kid next door who just got born today. Let's go watch Sesame Street, which is only in its second year.
We have another question?
Approach the bench. I'll allow it.
My name is Walter. So what was the creative process like for Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Wow, that's a real question.
Yeah,
a
seriously.
real question that
Have you not been here for the previous 55
55
minutes?
minutes.
You're like, I gotta bring this back down to earth. a
Oh,
little bit
yeah, I
here.
don't want to. Oh, God.
These assholes are a little bit. There's no leash on this. All right,
There's a lot of ducks involved, I'm sure.
creative process.
I
gonna walk
can't.
out.
I gotta
You're
really.
gonna
I gotta really.
Ask, drop the mic and walk the fuck out. Like I got Butch Patrick to see in 15 minutes. No,
I gotta
you're not
kill
gonna
this
stay
room.
There. I literally just thought you were gonna ask that question and walk out. That ought to fuck him up
And
for
roll
about
a
20 minutes.
roll a smoke bomb in here.
Yeah.
As he's leaving.
Throw a few flashbangs in the bathroom. My guys are trying to take some shits.
Yeah, I guess I was asking because I'm a musician and I write the music first and then come up with the melody. And one of my friends told me most people do it the other way. So I was kind of wondering what it looks like.
Wait a minute. You write the music first, and then you write the melody.
I thought the melody was the
What
music.
Well, I write the guitar first and then I come up with the
You just do
vocals.
this.
The rhythm part.
Ding, 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 ding. You're like, I love you, Cindy. I got it. I'm kind of an amateur musician. I do a little bit. Well, what is it, Tate?
I mean, I don't, like most TV shows, we'll write a script first.
By the way, previous panel that got asked the same question. Those two guys right there. Well, first
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll
always
just
write it
draw a
first.
bunch of crazy pictures and then then we do the script.
Well, like you write it first, right?
Yeah, we
You
write
guys
all right. We write the script, and it probably takes us. We'll gossip and bitch about our lives for a few hours, and then write the script very quickly in like an hour or two, and then once we get an idea, and then we go in. By the time we'll rewrite it a few times, but we're not going to be like all precious about it. And then by the time we get to the studio, we're so bored with it that we're trying to make up different stuff on the mic, and we know he's going to go nuts. It's hard to keep him reined in.
Well, but say too, like you guys had the part of the beauty of Adult Swim is that it's so sort of fly by night's the wrong word, but not like a lot of controls that like if you were doing a show for Disney, like every stupid fucking executive has to read and approve every word.
Yes.
And there's no leeway.
And there's
Get a lot of room.
notes and yeah. every age and race and gender and everything's got to be represented. And do you have goldenrod version 2107? You know, we like, hold on, did no one print the script? You know, it's very, yes, not professional, I guess.
Yeah, but that's what made Adult Swim Adult Swim. It was like these guys who just were funny and smart, and somebody was willing to give like, well, I mean, if you can make it for $23,000, I'll let you do it. Show me up, buddy.
Yeah, and it was
You're like,
just,
all right.
Yeah, and it was always like just a very small, very dedicated group of people that had a very specific point of view. And yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody. It's great, but some people were crazy about it, you know, and so that's.
I mean, that's the best stuff.
Yes.
Nobody. Okay, I get it. I know you, Walter. You want to be fucking Taylor Swift. You want to be every asshole walking down and singing your song and be the great. But you don't really want to be. You want to be, everybody wants to be the boutique hotel. I don't want to be the Hilton. I want to know that when I meet somebody who likes the shit I do, they really like it. Because you have to. You got to work hard at it. You got to I know, like, if I meet this guy who likes what I do, or I like what he does, it's earned. It's not just like, oh yeah, no, that's a pretty good song. Yeah, fireworks or whatever.
They're gonna send the Sandman out in a minute.
All right.
I'd love to see the Sandman.
I would love to see the Sandman come out here. Everybody, thanks for
That's probably-
joining
that's
us.
probably- that probably didn't answer your
let's
question,
close it
but I
up.
will
Another
say.
question real quick.
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whenever y'all
2-1.
were really getting into the voices of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, did you ever accidentally let it slip out in real life situations?
Have you heard me talk for the last 45 minutes?
Oh, I know, exactly.
The hell's the matter with you?
Right.
He's cut off. Where the bartenders are.
And I
done.
I legitimately do every day with my cats. I go, come here, Equity. Come here. My son named our cat Equity. I still don't know why, but I call him
Equity. Come here, Equity. And Coco, come here. And then the big boy. And big boy and Coco.
You know, my wife's like, my mother's coming over today. We love it if you didn't do that voice all afternoon.
So call your mother-in-law in that voice.
Yeah, and
I do it with babies, and then I see their parents back away with the child because they see the voice coming out of a 54-year-old man. And I say, you don't need to back away. Can I hold the baby? And then they run.
They say
take
no.
off running.
And then you tell them, this voice bought this house.
I've said that on more than one occasion.
Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you get a little flack.
Yeah, I don't do the Carl voice with cats or babies or anything.
Oh, no one would talk to you.
No, yeah.
Come here, cat.
Hey, bring your baby over here. I'm going to throw it down a flight of stairs because I'm so pissed off at the world.
All right. And that's our time. That's our time. Waste an hour of your time. Give it up for Dave Willis and Dana Snyder, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your time here at Nightmare Weekend.